Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cuffin the Dip coming at you guys with another one. Hopefully, everybody's good out there, man. Has been a up and down market, which I actually like it more so up than anything else. We're down about 1.4%, but still alive and kicking, so I can't be mad about that. And of course, I've got my co-host in the back. We got Grind Time in the building. What's the word, Grind Time? How you feeling today, man?
What's happening? What's happening? It's Monday, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, just trying to, you know, had a kind of chill weekend, so just trying to get back into the week and to the thing thick of it. So
Yeah, most definitely, most
trying to
definitely.
see what the market has to offer this week, right? And if we have another solid week like we did last week, it'll definitely look promising. But so far, it's looking all right. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll dive into it.
Little bit choppy, you know what I mean? A little bit of up and down motion on some of the cryptocurrencies that we were seeing doing really well. Everybody probably wanted it to continue to do well, but that's just the crypto market. I don't think the pullbacks that we had were really dramatic. In all honesty, I think that we're still pushing forward, which is a good sign. Um, so we get. Hold on, let me pick the wrong damn. Hold on, dude. Bam, bam. All right, cool. I had to get rid of third box. Justin's not joining us today. It doesn't look like so. And what's going on, Christine? Weekend was good. How was your weekend? Weekend was pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. But just looking right now at the global market cap, we're almost at a $3.1 trillion global market cap, which is pretty solid. Just looking at it, if you're looking at it first glance, not bad, not bad at all. Period. Then if we kind of transfer over to looking at the physical chart of where we're at right this second, and it looks really similar to what I kind of explained to you guys. I have got to start clipping this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with me, man. But I don't know if you remember it, Grind. I was kind of saying that we may go up into this area a little bit and then start to retrace a little bit, and then we're gonna have a decision to try to make. You know what I mean? Like, do we want to continue to go up past this red line, which is our resistance currently right now, or do we kind of hit like a deadline, get pushed back a little bit? Appreciate that follow. Appreciate that follow. So it really depends, honestly. You know what I mean? It depends on how the market performs going throughout this week. So I think this is going to be a pretty critical week moving forward, just to see how we push forward. But in all honesty, I still think that we're pretty bullish. We got a cross on our MACD. We're getting a green bar for our volume, kind of saying that our momentum is moving in a positive direction. Most of that is this is a lagging indicator, so it's really indicating, let's just say, this past 2 weeks worth of volume. You know what I mean? So that's probably what we're mostly seeing right this second as far as this indication. Now, you can see that there's not the widest spread between this MACD and the world. So that's definitely something that you're going to want to pay attention to, because that usually indicates that we could have a partial pullback and then kind of move forward. So if we do pull back a little bit more, I don't really see us going past like a 2.7, like 2.75 at the least. I'm hoping we kind of bounce at 2.75 trillion dollar market cap and then kind of bounce from there. That's what I would like to see. Everybody kind of has this super bullish sentiment right now. Sui's been doing really good. Bitcoin's been holding its own and it's still currently above 90K, which is the range that we need to hold. So looking pretty good. But like I said, I don't know if you remember the
Yeah. I was gonna let you finish and then chime in, but yeah, if they tuned in Friday, we were discussing that. You know, we're gonna use that as a test, you know, a retest, and see which way it goes. Right now, it's kind of sitting at that bottom of that retest line, trying to fight it a little bit, right? Setting up our new hot pocket over there. You know, we broke out of that one hot pocket where we were sitting in for about 2 3 weeks, and then now we got a new zone. So like I said, you pointed it out. What I do like seeing is that MACD. You know, it went from red and then it went to neutral, and now we're in green. They're crossing, so that's definitely positive momentum, heading that direction.
Yeah, definitely. And positive momentum is definitely what we need at this point. But even right now, if you're paying attention, even right this second, like this candle is steadily shrinking. What I will say is that is positive about this candle, even though it could be stating that we're getting a change in direction depending on how this actually closes. We just began this week's candle. You know what I mean? So I explained to you guys we were kind of up to the top, like our last. I don't know if it was our last stream or the stream before last. Like we were up to the top, and then we pulled back, and then this is where the candle started at. Like I said, I'm gonna have to clip that to kind of put it together for those who didn't get to see it. But we started right here, and this is a hell of a start. Now, did we go up and get rejected? Yeah, but it's a resistance level directly above it. So that's not really saying a whole lot, especially, and we're only at Monday. You know what I mean? So we have a whole lot of week left to see where we end up kind of landing throughout all of this. So if we continue to push and get bullish catalysts throughout the week, then we could be really solid for the rest of this week, man, and keep pushing because, like I said, MACD's in place. We're looking good as far as us trying to go up and retest this area of resistance, which is usually honestly it's not that easy. You need a significant amount of volume. So for us to have gone up to where we went and then get rejected, that's good. That's a good sign. That shows that it wants to push past this resistance level. And for this to want to push past this resistance level, that means that Bitcoin has to push, and it has to have some additional volume, kind of helping it push also, which could be SUI. ETH is maintaining. It's above that 1600 range, and that's all we kind of were asking for it. So can't really ask too much after that, right? You know what I mean? You get what you ask for, type of ordeal, right?
Yeah, and I have. I'm going to switch things up on you. You know, usually we go into the crypto bubbles, but I think
Okay.
this is a nice. You know, what we're discussing here would be a nice transition into this article that I have
Mhm.
from CCN. So, pretty much it is. You know, the headline is crypto investments surge as U.S. investors seek safe haven after losing confidence in the dollar. Right. So, pretty much, you know, a lot of U.S. investors, whether it be stock or in ETFs themselves, are looking into crypto now. You know, especially now with Trump and the administration, the pro crypto administration we have on hand. Right, they're trying to do everything they can to put crypto in the forefront and try to, you know, and we're seeing other nations and even states, you know, follow suit. But they're just turning to crypto as a safe haven asset amid market and tariff turmoil. So everything that, you know, between the tariffs and, you know, the volatility as well, you know, everything's up in the air, right? They don't know. So this is another safe haven, you know, quote unquote, for them to invest their money. But um, according to CoinShares, 3.4 billion poured into crypto investments last week, the largest inflow since mid-December 2024. Which again we stated on Friday. I had an article and it stated that Bitcoin saw its best week since November of 2024. So last week was huge for crypto in
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And then
And go ahead.
I was just going to continue here real quick. CoinShares notes that U.S. trade and tariff policies have weakened and the U.S. dollar. I'm sorry, have weakened the U.S. dollar and impacted corporate earnings, which has seen investors turn to crypto again as a safe haven. I don't know how you feel about this. You know, they keep using this word safe haven. I don't. I mean,
Safe
I don't.
haven,
I
you,
don't.
you don't feel safe just because you've been here
No,
before. You know what I mean?
no.
That's like going to a foreign area and you don't know if the foreign area is a terrible area to be in, and you're just there shopping, and everybody else is like, "Oh my God, why are they right there?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just don't know sometimes if you don't know their environment.
It's an investment at the end of the day, right? You're putting your money and you don't know what's going to happen. So I don't see it as a safe haven, but definitely another, you know, option to
I'll call it a savior more than anything else,
yeah.
just because
Yep.
crypto allows you to be able to invest smaller amounts of money and potentially make larger amounts of money. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people who have interest in that. So if I feel like I can set my money down and crypto's not going anywhere, especially with the mass adoption that it's been getting lately, right? So this is just a situation to where we're like, okay, you know what I mean? Like this is a place to where I can put money at. It's not gonna go to. I mean, it could go to zero. Depends on what you pick, right? You know what I mean? If you just come straight to DeFi, then yeah, you got some troubles.
Yeah,
But you're
if you're in the trenches, yeah, it's definitely not a safe haven.
yeah, that's not
But
safe at all. You know what I mean? So
but
you
like
may wanna.
you're seeing a lot of nations go crypto reserve and you know putting together Bitcoin and whatever they have, you know, to back their their country, right? Especially the smaller countries. And on top of that, we're seeing ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs. I have an article that we're going to touch on later with XRP, you know, spot ETFs. So a lot. Uh, I just thought that was pretty unique, given the state that we're in now from the last administration or
No,
even
definitely. That's
three,
definitely unique.
two, 2 years ago.
Crypto was never called a safe haven in any way, shape, or
No,
form. You know
no.
what I mean? So, so that's definitely interesting to hear.
I got some echo.
Hey, I'm getting an echo now. I don't know if you control it.
No, it's not on my end. I just,
Oh, okay. I see. I see. I don't know how, but I see how, kind of. I don't know what happened. I think Justin joined into the background. Are you back there, sir? Yeah, yeah, definitely, it definitely was. Yeah, you have a serious echo. I don't know if it's I don't know how, but yeah, that's an echo right there, bro. But welcome on in.
he's probably on that Cricket Wireless.
Yeah, man. I don't know if it's cricket or yeah. I don't know. The audio was playing bad. It doesn't sound bad now, so you're all good. So that's yeah, no, it's crazy. Let's see what we got here. So we got let me pull up grind screen because I know you wanted to go over crypto bubbles real quick, and then we got a couple other things that we can hit and some progress that we need to track.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So like we were discussing, it's kind of choppy, right? A little choppy to start the week, but still pretty bullish in a way because Bitcoin's back over 95K. Um,
Yeah,
well, up 1.2% for the day, 8.9% for the week. So I mean, anytime Bitcoin is green, usually a lot of other ones will follow. And we see Ethereum up 0.2%, just under 1,800, trading at 1798. Still up 14% for the week. You got XRP up 1.9% for the week, sitting at $2.29. Um, what other ones? BNB's up 0.3%, just above $600, 606. Up 1.5 for the week. We haven't really talked about BNB much because, like I said, it's been kind of doing its own thing, kind of, you know, pretty stable for the most part.
yeah,
Um, we got Soul down. Soul's taking a little bit of a hit, down 0.4% for the day, but still up 8.7% for the week. Just under $150 though for Soul. And then we got Sui down 1.4% for the day, but still up 60.6% for the week. We're going to hit into that one later. Could be the reason why we're seeing a massive pump into Sui this week. But sitting at $3.50. Again, we've been touching on it time and time again, week in, week out, for what, about over a month now, and you could have got it shoot under $2, dollar 80 at one point, I think, and now you're sitting at 350. So,
yeah.
what other ones? We got XMR up 19% for the week. They had a nice push today, 10.9%. Any of the meme Trump's down 1.7%. $14.63. It is trading. Pengu's up 137% for the week. Wow, we haven't hit that one, but still down 10.2%. So,
Dude, there's
uh,
gonna be a lot of high flyers once this
yeah,
volume kind of breaks because once volume breaks on Bitcoin, that's when you start really seeing things transition up. Like projects that have like a strong foundation, a good team, they've been building during this down period of the market. Those are the projects. I actually made a post about it, referring to in the meantime. But those are the projects that are going to be doing really well. In all honesty, just because they'll be positioned right to go up at that point because the projects that are just launching and just building, as far as like utility projects, stuff like that, they're gonna have a little bit more. Like, I don't want to say explaining, but like just kind of proving themselves to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So these other projects have been around for a while. They stuck around during some of the harshest parts of the market, and they're still trying to push, build, and create different things so that we actually have more things to look forward to for those particular cryptocurrencies. And I think that shit, in all honesty, like it's just really going to be a situation to where those cryptocurrencies that we're building and people who have a strong foundation are going to really flourish. Like the volume's going to definitely find its way there. Now, will it find its way to some memes? Of course, because we're still in a, I feel like, a meme centric part of the market, to where like things are still going to fly. We're still going to have astronomical launches that come out of nowhere, 1,000, 20,000% in a day, just because of the volume and just how things are spreading around. I think Pump Fund also gets a nice push on the volume side. So we'll be looking out for stuff like that, because we were utilizing things like Ape Store, but Ape Store seems like the volume has almost but completely died there, especially after Pump Fund kind of took over. Pump Fund's been sitting around, I think, like 100 million per day volume.